William was a man whose life had taken a series of wrong turns, leaving him homeless and grappling with a powerful drug addiction. Once a promising tradesman in Darwin, the capital city of Australia's Northern Territory, his descent into despair was as gradual as it was devastating. Over the years, he found solace in fishing, a hobby from his youth that offered him brief moments of peace amid the chaos of his daily life. The waterways of the Northern Territory were both bountiful and dangerous. Saltwater crocodiles, known locally as salties, were apex predators that patrolled these waters with stealth and lethality. Locals were well aware of the risks, but William's life on the margins often left him indifferent to danger. It was a sweltering afternoon in late November when William wandered down to a remote creek near Kakadu National Park. The sun hung low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the mangroves. He carried a makeshift fishing rod fashioned from an old branch and a tattered backpack containing a few meager supplies. Despite his struggles, fishing still gave him a sense of purpose, even if the catch was modest. This particular spot was one William frequented. He'd caught barramundi here before, and the thought of landing another prize catch excited him. The water was calm, with the surface shimmering like molten gold under the fading sunlight. As William cast his line, he failed to notice a faint ripple in the water several meters away. A large saltwater crocodile, easily over 5 meters long, was lying in wait. Known for their patience and cunning, these predators could stalk prey for hours, even days, before striking with explosive force. William had always been cautious in the past, scanning the shoreline and keeping a safe distance from the water. But today his mind was clouded. Earlier, he had used a hit of methamphetamine to ward off the gnawing despair that accompanied his addiction. The drug provided a temporary high but robbed him of his usual vigilance. He ignored the rustling of the reeds and the faint disturbances in the water, dismissing them as tricks of his overstimulated mind. Time passed, and the sun dipped lower, bathing the landscape in hues of orange and red. William reeled in his line, only to find the hook empty once again. Frustrated but undeterred, he cast it out again, this time standing closer to the water's edge. His boot sank slightly into the muddy bank as he adjusted his stance. The crocodile moved closer, its approach silent and deliberate. Every movement was calculated, its massive tail propelling it forward with barely a ripple. The predator had honed in on its target, a lone man, distracted and vulnerable. When the attack came, it was swift and brutal. The crocodile surged out of the water, its jaws snapping shut around William's lower leg with bone-crushing force. The suddenness of the assault sent a wave of panic through William as he screamed, a sound that echoed through the empty mangroves. Instinct kicked in, and William thrashed wildly, hitting the crocodile's head with his fists and anything he could grab. For a brief moment he managed to break free as the predator adjusted its grip. Blood poured from his mangled leg, staining the muddy water a deep crimson. Adrenaline surged through him as he stumbled back toward the shoreline, desperate to escape. But his injuries were severe. The pain and blood loss slowed him down, and every step felt like an eternity. The crocodile, sensing its prey weakening, lunged again, this time grabbing William by the torso. Its immense power dragged him back into the water as he fought with every ounce of strength he had left. William's mind raced. He knew about the death roll, a brutal maneuver crocodiles use to dismember their prey. He tried to grab onto the mangroves, but his grip was weak. The crocodile began its spin, twisting and tearing with merciless precision. The water churned violently, a chaotic mix of froth, blood, and debris. In those final moments, William's life flashed before his eyes. He thought of his childhood, of carefree days spent fishing with his father, of a time before his life had unraveled. And then, the pain overwhelmed him, and everything went black. By the time the water calmed, there was no trace of William's struggle except for the faint ripples spreading across the surface. The crocodile retreated to deeper waters, dragging its prize into the depths. William's disappearance was noted days later by a small community of locals who occasionally saw him near the creek. When his belongings were found abandoned on the shoreline, authorities were alerted. A search was conducted, but in crocodile territory, such searches rarely yielded closure. The story of William's tragic end spread quickly, a grim reminder of the unforgiving nature of the Australian wilderness. For some, it was a cautionary tale about the dangers of addiction and the importance of vigilance in crocodile country. For others, it was a sobering reflection on the fragile line between survival and tragedy. In the weeks that followed, a memorial was erected near the creek by a group of locals who had known William. They placed flowers, fishing lures, and handwritten notes, remembering him not for his struggles, but for the man he had once been. Though his life had been marked by hardship, William's love for fishing and the fleeting moments of joy it brought him were not forgotten. The creek remained a popular fishing spot, but those who ventured there did so with a heightened sense of caution. The story of the man who had been taken by the crocodile served as a chilling reminder of nature's raw power. And in the quiet moments by the water's edge, some swore they could still feel William's presence, a restless spirit lingering in the place where his life had come to a sudden and violent end. But the tale of William's demise continued to evolve, as tales often do. Locals began adding their own details, turning his story into a legend that would echo through generations. They spoke of how he had fought valiantly, a man wrestling with both inner and external demons. Visitors to the creek often reported strange occurrences. A fisherman once claimed he felt an inexplicable tug on his line, only to reel in nothing but air. Others said they saw faint footprints in the mud leading to the water, too large and human-like to be mistaken for an animal. These stories gave William a kind of immortality, transforming him from a man into a myth. For some, the legend of William served as a cautionary tale, a vivid reminder of the dangers of losing oneself to addiction and recklessness. For others, it became a story of resilience and courage, a man who faced his end with a desperate, raw determination. Meanwhile, the crocodile that had ended William's life remained a silent presence in the creek. Its massive form was occasionally spotted by locals, its sheer size and the scars on its head marking it as unmistakable. Some called it William's Reaper, while others simply referred to it as the King of the Creek. To this day, the crocodile's territory is avoided by even the most seasoned fishermen, a testament to the predator's unmatched dominance. In the end, William's story became more than a tale of tragedy. It became a narrative woven into the fabric of the Northern Territory's wild and untamed spirit. His legacy, though born from sorrow, became a lasting part of the region's folklore, a haunting yet enduring reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and the wilderness. We hope you found value in this story, and remember, your support helps us continue making these videos for our loyal audience. Please remember to like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.